If your school community is doing between $20,000 and $30,000 a month, you already know this works. But if you're watching this, you've also hit a plateau. Revenue feels stuck, growth is inconsistent, and you're still way too involved in the day-to-day. This is for you. I run a consulting company that helps school operators at exactly this stage scale to six figures and beyond. And I can tell you with certainty, the gap between 25,000 and 100,000 per month isn't about traffic. It's not about more members. It's not even about better content. The operators making 100,000 a month aren't working harder than you. They're pulling three specific levers you're likely not touching yet. I'm going to walk you through all three in the next 9 minutes. Here's what actually happens at 25,000 a month. You've proven product market fit. Your engagement is decent, maybe even strong, but your revenue per member hasn't changed since you started. Let me show you the math. If you're at 25,000 a month and charging $50 a member, you have 500 members. To get to 100,000, most people think they need 2,000 members. But here's the problem with that path. Doubling your community size without fixing your monetization structure means you also double your operational load, double your churn management, and likely dilute engagement. The communities that scale cleanly don't just add more members, they increase revenue per member. So let's cover the first lever. The difference between a 25,000 a month community and a 100,000 a month community is this. At 25,000, your average lifetime value per member is probably around $300 to $600. At 100,000, it's $1,200 to $2,000. Same member, different architecture. Here's how the top operators do it. They build an LTV ladder. Most school communities stop at monthly membership, $50 a month, maybe $100. But the operators scaling past six figures have three revenue layers inside the same community. One, the base membership. So this is going to be, $40 to $100 a month. This is your core community access. Two, a mid-tier offer, $200 to $1,000. This could be a paid challenge, a quarterly intensive, or a specialized workshop. It's designed for members who want a deeper implementation on support without going full high ticket. And three, a high ticket backend, $3,000 to $10,000. This is going to be private coaching, done with you services, or an elite mastermind tier. Now, here's the key. You're not building three separate school groups. You're building three offers within the same ecosystem. Your base community becomes the trust engine that feeds the other two. So let's give you some real numbers. Let's say you have 500 members at $50 a month. That's 25,000 a month. If just 10%, 50 members, upgrade to a mid-tier offer at $500 once per quarter, that's an additional 25,000 over 3 months. 8,000 per month in extra revenue. If just 2%, 10 members, buy a $5,000 high ticket offer per quarter, that's 50,000 over 3 months. 16,000 per month. You just went from 25,000 to 49,000 a month without adding a single new member. And this model is proven. Data from top school communities shows that operators running tiered monetization see lifetime values increase by 3 to 4 times compared to membership-only models. And I've seen this play out. One community owner was stuck at 28,000 a month with 600 members at $47 each. They added a quarterly challenge at $397 and a 6-month coaching package at $4,000. Within 90 days, they hit 62,000 per month. Same traffic source, same member count, different structure. Now, let's talk about lever 2, because this is where most operators lose the game without even realizing it. At 25,000 a month, your conversion rate from free to paid is probably somewhere between 5 and 15%. That's actually decent for most communities. But here's what you're missing. The operators at 100,000 a month aren't just converting free to paid. They're converting paid to higher paid. And most importantly, they've engineered multiple conversion moments inside the member journey. Let me break this down. The standard path looks like this. Someone joins for free. You nurture them, you pitch membership, they join or they don't. That's one conversion moment. The optimized path looks like this. Someone joins for free, immediate win in the first 48 hours. They hit an activation point, maybe completing a quick win module or engaging in a live call. You introduce a low friction upsell. Let's say a $27 mini course or a limited challenge. Some convert, others stay free. Then, weekly engagement touchpoints. Not just content dumps, strategic pattern interrupts, live events, member spotlights, real results. 30 days in, you pitch the membership. Higher conversion because they've already experienced value. Now, with 60 days in, they're in 60 now with 60 days in, they're invited to a mid-tier offer, maybe a cohort-based program or a specialized sprint. 90 days in, high performers get a private invitation to your premium tier. That's 3 conversion opportunities instead of 1. And each one is contextual based on behavior, not just time. Here's why this matters. According to research on community monetization, most Skool communities see 18% average monthly churn. The best communities get that below 8%. How? By giving members multiple ways to deepen their commitment before they even think about leaving. A member paying $50 a month will cancel when life gets busy. A member who's invested $500 into a challenge is paying $97 per month for membership and knows there's a high ticket option available. When they're ready, they stay because they're not just members, they're invested. When you add these conversion moments, you're not just increasing revenue, you're increasing retention. A study of top performing Skool communities found that members who purchase a mid-tier or high-ticket offer within the first 90 days have a retention rate 70% higher than membership-only buyers. I know an operator who was losing 30% of members every month at $49 a month. They restructured their path, added a 60-day challenge at $297, offered a quarterly mastermind at $1,500. Their churn dropped to 12%. Revenue went from $32,000 to $81,000 a month in 5 months. Same traffic, different path. Now, here's lever 3, and this one is personal. If you're still running every live call yourself, if you're answering 90% of member questions, if the community slows down when you're offline, you don't have a business, you have a very expensive job. And that's the real ceiling at $25,000 a month. Here's the truth. Communities doing $25,000 a month can usually be run by one person working 60 hours a week. Communities doing $100,000 a month cannot. The operators at 6 figures aren't doing more, they're doing less, but they've built systems that create the same or better member experience without their constant involvement. Here's a framework. 1 peer-to-peer challenge. The best communities aren't guru to student, they're to community. Your job isn't to answer every question. Your job is to create an environment where members answer each other's questions. Skool's gamification helps here, but you need to actively design for it. Top performing communities use recognition systems, member spotlights, peer coaching threads. When a member asks a question, the top contributors jump in before you do. That's leverage. 2 content systems. You don't need to create new content every day. You need a content system that works without you. Evergreen courses, rotating pin posts, monthly themes, guest contributors. One operator I worked with went from posting daily to posting weekly by building a content calendar that recycled high-value posts every quarter and brought in 3 guest experts per month. Engagement stayed the same. His commitment dropped by 70%. 3, the activation engine. Most churn happens in the first 30 days. If you can get a member to their first win in 48 hours and their first peer connection in 7 days, retention skyrockets. Build an automated onboarding sequence, not just emails, actual in-platform touchpoints. A welcome video, quick win checklist, intro thread, first live call invitation. You say it once, it runs forever. The result, one community was stuck at $29,000 a month. The founder was burnt out working 70-hour weeks just to maintain. They rebuilt the operating model, peer-to-peer systems, content calendar, automated onboarding, hired 1 part-time community manager for 10 hours a week. 90 days later, they were at $67,000 a month and working 25 hours a week. Revenue more than doubled. workload cut in half. That's what operational leverage looks like. So let's recap the 3 levers. Lever 1, lifetime value architecture. Build a monetization ladder, base membership, mid-tier offers, high-ticket backend. Increase revenue per member instead of chasing more members. Lever 2, conversion path optimization. Engineer multiple conversion moments, free to low ticket to membership to premium. Each conversion increases retention and lifetime value. Lever 3, operational leverage. Build systems that create engagement without you. Peer-to-peer community, content systems, automated activation. Scale revenue without scaling your time. Now, here's the thing. These levers are simple to understand, but they're hard to implement alone. Because when you're inside your own community, you can't see the blind spots. You don't know which lever to pull first, and you don't have the data to know what's actually working. If you're already at 20 to 30,000 a month and you want a second set of eyes on your structure, there's a link below. A 15-minute breakdown, zero pitch. I'll look at your monetization ladder, your conversion path, and your operational model and tell you exactly where the leverage is. Not for everyone, only operators past 20,000 a month who have traffic and are serious about scaling. If that's you, the link's in the description. The operators who break through this plateau all do the same thing. They stop optimizing for growth and start optimizing for leverage. That's the shift. I'll see some of you on the other side.